Lance, you guys got Liberty this week.
Yep.
What are you guys seeing now?
Obviously, a good football team. Had a great season last year, and they're doing good things again this year. Good on both sides of the ball. We just got to keep grinding in practice, have that never quit mentality, getting better each and every day, put a good game together and get us a win.
Obviously, penalties seemed like they were a huge issue last week. What's been the emphasis in terms of trying to fix that?
Just playing smart, disciplined football, being a selfless teammate, knowing when to hold up or different situations. Obviously you got some holding calls, and that could be on me, whether leaving the pocket too early. So being good in the pocket. Each guy has their individual assignments, and everybody do their jobs and just play clean football.
Your coach Lachelle mentioned after the game last week that maybe the message wasn't getting through. Do you think that the message is getting through from the coaches to the players and what they're trying to impart to you guys?
Yeah, I think so, and I really do, and I kind of say this every week. I feel like we got a good group of guys that don't want to quit. I think the easiest thing to do would be to quit and roll over this season, and I think we got a bunch of guys that don't want to quit and want to finish this season the right way, especially for the seniors and those guys that are last year guys.
I was looking at Liberty's defense, and it seems like they're one of the top defenses in the country against the pass. What have you seen out of them in terms of their pass coverage and how tough they're going to be?
Yeah, they obviously give different looks and are pretty aggressive. So really just reading the guys that I need to read, not trying to be superhero. Just kind of like I said, each guy has an assignment. When we do that, we execute really well, and so not doing too much and just reading my guys and giving it to the playmakers.
You guys gonna have to score against Liberty. I mean, Liberty's got that great offense. He's putting up some good numbers. You go into this game knowing you're going to have to put something up to.
We expect to score a lot of points every game. Obviously, it hasn't been the last game. We didn't score very many points, but we go into every game expecting to score a lot of points, wanting to score on every drive. When we do that, we can execute, score points, help our defense stay off the field. Obviously, we don't want to give them any extra possessions. Obviously they got a very dynamic quarterback and offense. So we just can be smart with the football, score when we got the ball, and go from there.
Well, of course you expect to, but in a game like this, do you have to?
I wouldn't say you have to, but playing smart football. Not trying to do too much, not trying to force things. But obviously, you're going to want to get points on the board with a dynamic offense like they have.
Obviously, third and fourth downs have seemed to be pretty tough for you guys this year. Not great conversion percentages on either of those. What do you really see as what's been the issue in terms of not converting a lot of those this year?
I think just putting ourselves in third and long and fourth and long situations. When you get in those third and long situations, it's hard to execute. So just being smart on first and second down, getting yourself into a third medium, third and manageable, and then your percentages go way up from there.
Sure. What do you guys need to do to get it going again offensively, you think, after the last few weeks?
I would say start fast. We hadn't done that in a long time. That will get us going offensively, obviously, and I guarantee it'd put the defense, get a lot of confidence in them too. So if we can start off very strong, get some points on the board early, I think things could be different.
Yeah, Manasseh Mose starting every game since 2018.
Yep.
What does that do for you as a quarterback when you have an anchor like that on the line?
Yeah, obviously he's one of the best ones we got and the best ones in the conference, and he's obviously someone that you have a ton of trust in, in a guy that you love to have out there. He's a warrior, and each and every offensive lineman is. Obviously he's got a lot of starts. Brammer's got a lot of starts. Cole Brown's got a lot of starts. Daisy's got a lot. We really got guys that have been there a long time. We obviously got the new guy in Gabe Blair, but these guys, I trust them, with everything. And having warriors like that, especially a leader like Manasseh at center, him making calls, and it's great to have.
We're going to have a story on the Murphy twins for a little bit later.
Yeah.
Of course, you go against them every day in practice. What are those guys like to play with and how on this team?
They're guys that you definitely want on your team. I wouldn't want to go against them. Obviously, going against them every day is difficult and sometimes a headache. So they're extremely aggressive. They're loud in practice, and definitely guys you like to have on your team because they give effort and energy just about every play, and so they make it hard on the quarterbacks, especially in passing situations. And so having them on defense is great, and going against them obviously is great too.
What are they like personally, or are they just guys that have a ton of energy? It seems like they're bouncing off the walls.
I feel like they're different people on and off the field. I feel like on the field they turn into monsters, kind of, and they're really aggressive, great football players. Off the field, they're pretty chill guys, guys that you love to hang around and be around. And so they definitely flip a switch when they go out there and play.
Are they pretty similar personality-wise, or are they a little different, or what's the deal?
They're pretty similar. I'm still kind of. I really don't know which one's which still. So, and there's obviously some different signs. Everybody, hey, this guy's got this kind of shaped face or this and that, and I'm just like, dude, they look the exact same to me. And they talk the same too. So that makes it even harder.
So the fact their identity carries over to their personality, it's not just their physical appearance.
Yeah, they're the same person. I mean, it's crazy. I'm just walking down. It's just like, oh man, it's crazy.
One other guy I wanted to ask you about is Ayo Adeye in the backfield.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, he had probably the most production of his career last week. Just what have you seen out of him? What kind of a player is he?
I've seen it from fall camp. He's a smart player. Obviously, I think he's a little faster than everybody kind of give him credit for. He's been playing great. He runs downhill, smart in protection, smart in route running and everything. So, obviously being a younger guy, he's getting his chance and making big plays, and he's doing a great job for us.
So what is it about him that has allowed him to step in like that and, make an impact, as you said, as he's getting these opportunities?
I think he did a great job in fall camp. When he's not getting the reps, when we have Oscar, we have Torrey, we have Isaiah, we have Akaika, we have all these guys. He's not getting as many reps, but he's back there paying attention, knowing what to do. So when his number is called, I guarantee he probably didn't think it was going to be called, but with all injuries, concussions, all this stuff, he got his name called. He was ready to go, and has really shined.
So obviously every game is important, but Liberty is your last non-conference of the game. Would a quality win versus a team that is the prowess of Liberty give you that momentum down the conference stretch that you need?
Oh yeah, a win would be huge for us. Get a good momentum going into the last 5 games of the season. Definitely a win's what we've been looking for a little while now to get us going, and so this would be a great one. Definitely, especially against a good team like Liberty.
We still confident, it's another game, so get to go out and play. The energy's still good around here, still having fun at practice, just trying to get out and win.
What is it going to take? Obviously, it's been a tough skid for you guys, losing 5 in a row. What do you feel like it's going to take to really break out of that?
Well, we just have to all come together as a team, come together as one, just believe in each other. It's been a long season, but, we can still turn it around and still get some dubs.
What do you see out of Malik Willis, the quarterback for Liberty?
He's pretty good. He can scramble and throw it around. He can make a good throw. We just got to contain him.
What's it going to take to do that? This guy seems like a special talent that's getting a lot of NFL looks here.
We just, we got to cover on the back end, in the front end, just got to pressure him, keep him moving around a little, get comfortable in the pocket, make the throws that he usually makes.
Obviously, it seemed like against Marshall, penalties were a pretty big issue on both sides of the ball. What's been the emphasis in practice in terms of trying to fix that, or has there really been an emphasis on that?
Yeah, it's been an emphasis, just staying disciplined, really, between the lines, not making late hits, on the DBs, not holding or having PI calls, just really focus on staying disciplined.
Seemed like it meant a lot to the defense to see Harold West get his first interception. How was that?
Yeah, that's my boy. He works hard in practice, so, when his number was called and he got that pick, he was in the right position and he made the play. He makes some practice.
What just have you seen out of him so far? Obviously, he's still pretty young as a freshman, but what have you seen from him in terms of adjusting to the college game?
He's still raw, so, he's still a freshman coming to the game. He's trying to get the speed down. But he comes to practice and works hard. He's just waiting on his moment to come.
What makes Willis so hard to defend as a quarterback?
He can scramble and throw the ball, so, even if he's getting pressure in the pocket, he can run out and, extend plays. So we just got to do our job at covering him.
Does that make a quarterback that much harder to defend when he's got that escapability, the ability to run it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I'm working on a story on the Murphy twins. Now, of course, you played with them for a couple of years. What are those guys like to have on the team?
They some dogs, man. They some dogs. You know, they coming ready to practice every day. In the game time, they coming with the energy. You know, they gonna bring it every day. You know, joking around, having fun. You know, just all things like that.
Did they just love the game? Is that?
Yeah, they just love the game, man. And you know, everybody else feeds off of them.
Are those guys tough to tell apart? How do you tell them apart?
I can't tell them apart. I just call them twins. Yeah, I can't even tell them apart with their numbers. I just call them twins. I know one of them on my side. I think number 11 on my side. So yeah, I just call them twin.
So if you see one or the other, you just call them twin?
Yeah, I call them twin. They answer.
They're that hard to?
Yeah, I mean, to me.
You guys can see they can tell them apart?
People say like one of them has a skinnier head, or like they nose is skinnier, but I can't tell them apart. I just call them twin. Like when they together, they'll both say huh, and you know, so I just pick out the one that I'm talking to.
One of the other things, it seems like on the defensive side for you guys has been quite a few big play touchdowns given up. I mean, just what does it look like in terms of you guys trying to shore that up and fix that really?
We just got to lock in and play within our techniques that coach, you know, that we have practice every day. You know, a lot of those plays you can look on film and see that it's small things that happen. So like we just got to clean up the little things, get our technique right, and we'll fix those.
Has some of that been just as far as communication issues and that kind of thing, or?
Really just technique wise. You know, we get the calls and all. We just got to stay within our technique and just play the call that we get and make the plays that come to us.
A lot of focus this week in practice. You know, everybody knows Liberty has a great quarterback. It's important for us to stay in our rush lanes and cover well on the back end. And up front, it's our job to make our back end job easier.
Obviously, it seems like last week against Marshall, penalties were a pretty big issue for you guys just across the board. What has been the emphasis in practice to try to correct that?
Yeah, man, discipline. We preached that all year, and we haven't been very disciplined. So that's been our major focus this week, every position group.
Is there anything the coaches have sort of changed in particular to try to increase that discipline, seeing as it was an issue last week, or?
Man, well, we already know what to expect. The coaches they emphasize it. They just keep reminding us like discipline. You know, we know what to do. It's just of us just focusing on locking in.
Is their quarterback just super slippery? Is that what you see on tape, that this guy can get out and just?
Yeah, man, he good on his feet, man. He got an arm, good on his feet, and get out of the pocket, break a couple tackles. So it's important for us, everybody, to swing the ball.
So how do you defend a guy like that?
It's about hustle, effort. You know, guys gonna miss tackles. It's football. It's important for everybody to get around the ball every play, no loafs. Stay in pass rush lanes. Everybody wrap up.
Defensively, it has seemed like you guys have had a tough time early on in games before you're able to get settled in a little bit, give up some early points and that kind of thing. I mean, what do you attribute that to? What do you see as has been the issue with that early on?
Just got to start faster. You know, everybody just has to settle in. We're confident in what we do. You see that in the second half. We prepare the right way in practice. Everybody practices hard. Just about holding each other accountable and starting fast.
One guy I wanted to ask you about on the offensive side, Ayo Adeyi, he's one of the running backs, you know, young guy, but he got in last week and, you know, had some career highs. Just what have you seen out of him? What kind of guy is he to be around?
Yeah, man, I got a lot of respect for Ayo. He came here, been on scout team for I don't know how long. He just keep his head down, man. He don't say much. He just come to work and just wait for his time to come up. When it did, everybody saw what he do.
What kind of guy is he to go against in practice and that kind of thing? What skill set does he bring in practice?
Yeah, you know, he's going to run the ball hard every play. You know, he's not going to take a play off. He's not going to take a play off on his pass protections, run it downhill. He's just consistent.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about the Murphy twins. What are those guys like to play with and have on?
Yeah, man, they're my dogs, man. They're my brothers for real, both of them. We got a handshake, everything. But yeah, they're going to bring passion every game. You see the way they play, everything about them is passionate.
You like the bow celebration there where they both go to the
Yeah,
and
man.
do that?
Yeah, they celebration package, man. Yeah, they got one of the best celebration packages in the country, man.
Or is that something they work on together on the side?
I don't know what they do, but I'm trying to do what they do for real. I'm trying to get in on the celebrations.
What are they like personally? Are they just fun guys?
Yeah, man, they cool. They're good people, real respectful, respect everybody. They're funny, man. Everybody's around them, and it's good people.
So how do you tell them?
Man, Gabe has a skinnier head. Like, Grace's nose is a little bit bigger too. I think I'm the only one that noticed that. And one of them has a scar. I think it's Grayson has a scar on his eye or something like that.
So you have to pick out those little things?
Yeah,
Tell
but
them.
I don't know. I've been around him so much. I'm around him all day, every day in practice. Like, I'm around Grayson all day. Sometimes, Gabe is a devil, so he go off and doing his own thing. But I see Grayson all the time, so I know what he look like for sure.
So that makes it a little easier when you're around.
Yeah.
around there.
Yeah.
Is their talent just their speed and quickness at that size? Is that what makes them effective?
Yeah, man. They speed and quickness, and then like their motor is just crazy. Like they win a lot of plays just off their effort alone.
Does that kind of trickle down to the rest of you guys when you see that kind of effort?
Yeah, man. When I see them going hard, I'm like, man, I can't leave them hanging. Like, I gotta do my part too. If they going hard, I can't take a play off because then I'm messing them up. The whole D-line has to work as a unit.
Is that something you guys are going to have to do to contain Willis, to really play well, complementary football, play as a team like that?
Most definitely. It's not anything that we have to do special. It's just all just about focusing on what we already know how to do.